tonight we're going to learn how to decoupage hats. And my guest is Gail Martin, who's been here with us before. She showed us how to make nice paper twist baskets. I don't know if you remember her. It was a very good show. And she has her friend, Kathy Forget, and she's going to help her do the decoupaging tonight. And I'm going to run the camera so you guys can tell them about decoupage and cutting and the different things you need to do. If you need me, I'm right over there. I'll see you later.
Well, a little bit about decoupage. It's sort of a glue. It's sort of a glue, and it's thick and white, and it comes in different, it comes in shiny and matte. And what we have is fabric, or we have this paper ribbon in different types, pretty flowers and stuff. And we just apply it to the hat. And Kathy's going to show you a little bit on how to do that now.
Take the glue, and the best way to do it probably is to put it in a plate. And these are the brushes that you use, the best kind of brushes. And what you do is you want to cut each. I took paper ribbon, and I cut out the flowers in the paper ribbon, as you can see here. And then I placed them on the hat the way that I wanted them to go. And then with the glue, you just want to, now the hat too, I bought it, it was this color, the straw color, and what I did was I got the spray paint, and I spray painted it white, because I like mine white more than I do the straw color. And then after you've got all your pieces cut out, and you put them where you want them to be, place them where you want them to be, then you start with your decoupage glue. And get your brush nice and wet, and then you just paint over, right over. You don't have to be neat on this. This is what I like about it the most.
Really
You
slobber
don't
it
have to be
on.
neat. You just slobber it on. Actually, you want to get the back a little bit too when you first put it on there. I forgot about that. And you push it down, and then you use your brush, and you just paint the paint on. And you don't have to really don't have to worry about getting anything anywhere, because you can still move it around where you want it to be once you get it all wet with the glue.
Sometimes it's easier to take the flowers off and paint it on the back first. Press it down, and it comes off on your fingers. So you have to keep on working with it to get it in the right spot. And you make a mess. What the kind of fabric you want to use is you want to find ones with big flowers. Not little flowers and not little half flowers. You want to make sure you get a full flower and leaf.
And when you're cutting them out, the reason why I like to use the white hat, the reason why I paint the hat, is you don't have to be as careful when you're cutting the flowers out if the background is white. Where if the background is this color and with the brown color, you have to be more careful. If the background is white, you really have to cut around the flowers so there's no background showing, because it looks,
will show up.
it does, it shows up. Once this glue dries, it's like you don't have anything. It dries clear.
It looks very milky now, but it dries very clear, and this has already been done. These flowers right here have already been brushed over once, and you want to do 2 or 3 coats to make sure that the flowers stick on. And they're nice to give as gifts. I've given a few as gifts.
Very pretty on your front door.
Yep, very pretty on your front door. Try to don't leave them too long in the sun. If your front door faces the sun, you really, it's kind of hard, because the flowers start to curl up after a couple months on your door. So it's nice if you have just seasonal ones on your door for Christmas. And you had one on your door for Easter, didn't you?
I did. I had one for Easter, and I left it on there too long.
Yeah. till about February.
No, now come on, it wasn't that long. I left it on through the whole summer, and
Through the whole summer.
the summer sun melted, not melted it, but the flowers started coming off of it. It was really pretty, though. I didn't want to take it
It was
off.
very nice. Very springy with little chicks and eggs and
As you, while you're doing this, you want to push it down with your fingers, and put it in the place where you want it to be, because you want everything to be flat when it dries. You'll notice sometimes with the paper ribbon that sometimes it will curl up, and you just use your finger and you just go over it and push it down straight, because you want it flattened onto the surface of the hat, so when you're done, it almost looks like you painted them on rather than glued them on. Because that's the whole point of applique, is that once you get finished, it looks like you almost painted them onto the hats rather than cut it out and glued them.
yeah, the edges will tend to curl up a little, so you have to.
Just use your finger and make them go down.
Don't worry about getting glue.
No, don't worry about
Put
that glue.
newspapers down so you don't get all messy. We have this nice plastic tablecloth to work on. Another thing is, when you're nearing the end, you want to think about what else you want to put on your hat. And we know the craft stores make a lot of nice bows if you don't know how to make them yourself, which I really don't know how to make the bows very well. So you can have the craft store make them. They'll make them for, oh, how much? The yardage plus maybe 75 cents or $1. And you can get pretty much what you want to go with your hat. They also make it out of the paper ribbon. If you bring the paper ribbon in, they will make it for you for a very small cost. You can put dried flowers or dried, you know, silk flowers is fine. And you can just stick them through the hat. It's not a big deal because they've got all little holes in them. So it's very easy to do it that way. And I just put my bow and my glue, which will dry anyway. How you doing with that?
I'm doing pretty good. I just have to remember to keep pushing, smoothing it out and pushing it down. You see at on the top of this, sometimes the paper starts lifting up.
Yeah.
The paper, when Gail and I first did these, we used ribbon because we couldn't find paper ribbon anywhere. And the ribbon, the material in the ribbon seemed to stick a little bit better.
It was very stiff to begin with.
It was stiff to begin with, and it stayed down because the paper ribbon gets completely saturated by the glue.
But it's also very hard with the ribbon because you have to find ribbon with a full...
Right.
Like I had some with apples, and I had to piece together the apples.
Right. You have to get the thick ribbon. You can't get the thin.
You can't get the thin ribbon.
Smaller ribbon.
But
And you'll
it's
notice
nice
too
because
when
then
you
can get a bow made out of it.
right,
very
you can.
easily.
It looks very nice. Once you start putting all the pieces on, you'll go around as you move your hat around. You'll notice. Watch what the pieces that you do put on, because you'll see them start uncurling. And you can just go over each one as you're going around it, just to make sure all the sides are down.
Yeah.
Nothing's
And
sticking up.
this hat's a little bit harder because of the ridges on it,
Right.
and they tend to come up a little bit more.
And it's big, too. You don't
Yeah.
have to get a big, huge
No, you
hat.
can get a little
You
hat.
can get a little hat. It looks very nice.
You can even do it with boxes or plates. I've heard that you can rip up pieces of napkin, Mimi was telling me, and decoupage them right on the plate. Would you pass those over to me? Let me
Sure.
see them. I haven't decoupaged them yet, but these seem to be good. They're just little cardboards, a cardboard round plate and a box. And you could decoupage these with magazine pictures, and or fabric.
Do you want to show
Would
them this
be
box,
nice,
the one that
yeah.
you made?
Yeah, I'm not
This one?
really happy about this box. My first try. It wasn't really a very good first try.
She was going to try and pawn it off on me, make it look like I did it because it was on my side of the table.
But it's not too bad for a first time, and I did it with tissue paper, which was
Good.
very difficult to work with. So I don't suggest using tissue paper.
Okay.
How you doing? Mine's drying.
Yours drying. It's still sticking.
These
here.
lights seem to help
The-
it dry a little bit better.
The longest part of this whole doing the hat thing is cutting out
Cutting out
the flowers. We didn't do that on the show because it takes so long.
No, I cut them out last
We
night.
cut them all out before because it would have taken longer than the show could have taped for us to cut out the flowers.
Because you really want to cut them out nicely as possible. And some of the flowers, like these ones, had a lot of ridges on the leaves, and so you try not to have to do too much of that. Try to get the flowers without the ridges on them.
Ran out of glue already. I think most of it's on my fingers.
We started out buying little jars of this,
Right.
and then we decided to go for the great big jars because we were just using up the little jars too quickly.
Fast. Because in this, you have to do it. How many coats are you supposed to put on? 2 or 3? 2 or 3
Yeah,
good
about
coats.
3.
And then once the 3 coats are on there, it looks like you painted the flowers on the hat. It doesn't look like they appliqued.
Looks like they've always belonged there.
Right.
Well, I'm going to start putting my ribbon
Right.
on the back of my hat, and it comes with wire, so you can just stick it through the back of your hat. Get this strand down. And to hang these hats up on your door or on your wall is very easy. You just need a little thumbtack, or you can make a little wire.
In the back.
Yeah, you can make a little wire loop and hang it on whatever nail you have handy. Or you can just throw it on I had mine on my rocking chair, just
Right.
on the little thing on my
And
rocking
I had
chair.
mine
just threw
hanging
it on there.
on the fireplace with the what do you call it? The utensils for the
Oh,
fireplace.
yeah.
The little utensil holder. I had it on the top of that. It looked really cute on
Yeah,
that
it
too.
did.
The other thing is my daughter kept pulling it off and wearing it.
Oh my, 15 more minutes.
Okay.
Well, we're supposed to keep talking,
I know.
which is very hard to do when you're trying to think about doing these. But they're nice. We did a class on teaching these for our women's club.
Mm-hmm.
We're both members of the Hanson Pembroke Women's Club. And we taught a lot of ladies how to do it, and we all had a very good time.
Right, and we all got it done within one meeting.
Yep. It was
We all
very
get the hats done, and people have different
very
ideas
quick.
on what to do with it too. One person will think of another thing to try or add to it.
Oh, one woman did violets,
Oh.
and she had it in a circular motion.
Yeah,
going-
she had cut out little teeny. The ribbon was a 1-inch ribbon
Very
with
small
very
ribbon, yeah.
tiny violets on it, and she had cut out
She had a lot of
probably
patience.
yes. She probably cut out 400 of the violets off of the ribbon, and she had just placed them all over the hat, and it was gorgeous when it was done.
Yes, it was
It
very
was really
nice.
pretty.
We all wanted that hat.
Yeah.
When you get your bow, the wire through the back of the hat, you want to twist it so that it stays in place. It won't go flying anywhere.
I need this last piece here.
And then I think I might add some dried roses to it. So I'm going to need the glue gun. This is the only thing you'll need the glue gun for, is to put your flowers on. And that's just so they won't fall off. Because if you go to stick them through here, they might just fall off again. So I'm going to need the
You want the glue gun?
glue gun, please.
Okay.
So you can unglue your fingers.
Like that.
A lot of time with the paper ribbon, you can get the bow of the paper. Do you have the bow? that
Right,
you
I have the bow
here?
all.
Yeah.
I had this made, because I can't make ribbons.
Yeah, and it's the same pattern as the paper ribbon she's using on the hat. Whereas I have opted, because I used fabric, to get a ribbon that, it sort of brings out all the colors. It's really a pretty ribbon. I'm very happy with that ribbon. And on the hats behind me, this one with the sunflowers is using the same. That I cut right out of the ribbon, the sunflowers out of that. And on this one, we got a pink bow and some purple and yellow flowers for it. This is my first time using dried rosebuds for one of these hats, so I'm hoping it'll look okay. I don't know yet. Try to find the right color. I think this one will be nice. Nice pink one. How about you? What kind of flowers are you using? Kathy?
Well, I'm going to tell everybody now, I've got everything stuck on, and as you can see, it looks really messy. But when the glue dries, it's going to look really nice. On the top, you can see the glue is starting to dry all around. And so once it starts drying, it gets easier and easier to do because you don't have to play with it with your hands as much. You just want to paint over it. And you want to use a lot, like I said, you want to use a lot of glue because you want it to meld right into the hat.
Now, see, this is drying pretty well.
Yeah.
Move it over.
Oh, sorry.
This hat is drying very well, so it's already looking like it should look at the finished product. There is still a little glue that's not dried yet, but that will fade right out.
You won't even be able to see it.
And I really plastered the glue on the last time, and it's just drying like nothing. So you said you were going, did you say you were going to?
What?
What kind of flowers you were going to use?
I had the silk
Silk flowers?
flowers. These are the silk ones. I don't
Yeah.
use these scissors. See, I get them to match the print and the paper. Almost exactly the same.
So they'll really look very nice. And
My fingers are starting to stick.
yeah, I'm gonna come over to this.
Right, sorry.
after.
I'll move over.
Boy, I don't even need flowers on this, but I think I'm just gonna put a couple little rosebuds
That's nice.
right down here. So I'll add some glue. And just set the rosebuds in place. Add a little bit more glue just so they'll stay. And the bow covers the glue, so you can't even see the glue. I think I'll take a yellow one. Break off some of the stems that go up. Some more glue. This will hold the ribbon in place, too. The yellow one is too big.
No, it looks nice.
Does it?
Yeah. Maybe one more. Maybe a pink one on the other side of the
I haven't got the same color pink, though. They're all different colors on the fabric, so I might as well just add 3 different color rosebuds. And hold it in place until it sets.
Looks pretty.
It's different.
Very nice.
It's fun to do different things.
We always come up with something
Yeah,
new.
find.
We never follow the directions. We always add our own.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out a new way to do it. Or an easier way.
And that's how they look. The final product. Now, with the, well, I haven't got the plate. What did I do with the plate? With this plate, now, I was just talking to one of my friends, and she said that she had seen something where they had taken a piece of fabric like this and completely covered the plate and glued it down and then cut it off around the edges. And I'm hoping to do that, because I don't think I'll get to the whole thing tonight, but I'm going to try it. I'll try
Do you want me
anything
to put
once.
this? Can you get this out
Yeah,
of the way?
please. I'm going to need the scissors.
Okay. There you go. I'm trying to get this paint off my fingers. I mean, glue off
Glue.
my fingers.
And yours has to dry.
Yep, mine's dry. It dries really fast.
Yep. Maybe you'd like to start mine.
Let me start your hand.
I'm not sure that's where I
Sure.
want all the roses.
I thought I was going to get all the glue off my fingers.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Okay.
The hats are in a range from, well, you can get them for 99 cents,
Yeah.
some hats,
Some places.
of right up to $8.
Um,
Some of the hats are more expensive. Places like, Walmart and
you have to be
places
careful
like
when you
that,
buy
you can
the
get
hats
them pretty
too.
cheaply.
If you're going to be hanging them on your door, you don't want to you don't want this part of it to be too high. You
Yeah,
want
the
it to be
big
thin.
brim.
Because then when you go to close your storm door on your
It
other door,
mushes
it
your hat.
smashes your hat.
Yeah, we've learned
We
that,
learned that
the hard
too.
way.
Right. So you want to be careful when you're looking at the hats. The smaller hats are really pretty for hanging on the doors and inside the house. I made one for a little girl I babysit for, and she hangs it on the door of her bedroom, and it looks really nice.
Yep, and
And for Mother's Day, we made some.
the sunflower hat was hanging in a kitchen until I grabbed it down just for this show. And it looked very nice in the kitchen on the side of, she had it on the side of her refrigerator. Well, she had it a few different places. She had it on the door, on the wall, and on the side of her refrigerator. And she finally decided the side of her refrigerator would be the best place.
Okay, I'm going to move this away. I decided I'm not going to do this, Gail,
Oh, okay.
because we don't have enough time. Too bad, huh?
I'll have to do it myself.
I won't have to get glue all over my fingers again.
Now, this is the first time I've ever done the plate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the fabric over, and I'm going to apply this glue to the back of it. And just get it on
Yeah.
that all over.
Don't be neat.
No.
The best part is to be messy.
And it goes right through the fabric, so don't worry
Doesn't
about
matter.
it.
I'll help you.
Yep, thank you. One thing you don't want is your glue to dry out. So after you're done, always wash your paintbrushes out very well, because little lumps of dried glue don't,
No, it'll
they
make
do
it look
show
lumpy.
up. Yeah,
Yep.
they do show up. They don't disappear.
Okay,
And
nice
I don't know if we
smooth.
would fold the edges over on this. I think probably.
Yeah.
If this comes out nice, I'm going to put this up in my kitchen. If it comes out at all. Let me try to get this little cow here scented. really have to press down and get in every little seam and nook and cranny here. And then press it out. You know, I think it's just wonderful that we can go on TV and do these
Still
things.
do this stuff. We do this at home, too.
Yep.
Exactly like this.
Yep, only we sit here, sit with a cup of coffee
Yeah.
or a cup of tea.
And usually with kids running in and out. Oh, I
Look
think
at
this is going to be
that.
nice.
Yeah,
I
this
like
isn't going to be
this
too
scale.
bad.
Very good.
Mimi, 2 crafts for 1. Oh, I do get a lump in there, though.
You can, with your brush, too, smooth it out.
Yeah.
You can feel your brush smoothing it out. You can see the lumps coming in here, though. I don't want to pull it too hard, because you're losing it. Okay. I'm just going to show you with the hat. I guess you can't really see. I thought the lights might dry this a little bit quicker, but it's not. What I'm going to do is put the wire for the hat. Gail probably showed you on the other one, but just so you get a better idea of size-wise. If you get the wires put in the ribbons, it's much easier than trying to just tape the ribbons on, because then you can move it around if you don't like where it ends up. And you want to look at your hat and put it in the center on the back of the hat.
And you know, if your flowers do happen to fall off, you can always remake it with the same hat. You
Right.
don't have to go and buy another hat.
No.
You can spray paint it again.
Yep. This is the one that had the chickadees on it that we
Oh.
redid over again.
You just spray
Instead of
painted
buying
it
a hat.
over again.
And that's the hat all done. It probably it doesn't take that long to make.
No, it really
really
doesn't.
doesn't.
And here's Minnie.
Hey, you guys, you are doing terrific.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think the hats turned out terrific. I think you two did a wonderful job here all by yourselves. I'm proud of you.
Well, we missed you.
And isn't it really just like sitting at your kitchen
Yes, it
table
is.
and just doing it together?
Mhm.
And if anyone out there would like to come on the show and show us what they know how to make, we'd love to have you. And as you can see, it's really quite a lot of fun and quite easy, right?
Right,
Very
very
easy.
easy.
They had to say that.
Once you get over the initial shock.
Yes. You're going on by yourself.
Well, I thank you both for coming on and showing us how to make the hats. I think they turned out terrific. And until next time, keep crafting.